Liz Haben is an alumni of William Woods University who has been riding horses since she was 6. She graduated in May of 2012 with a degree in equestrian science. She rides Western and has competed in everything from Western pleasure and hunter under saddle to horsemanship and equitation classes. She is currently filling the position of a second Western riding instructor here at William Woods.
When did you figure out this was what you wanted to do? Did you have any light bulb moments growing up?
I've known since the first time I was put on a horse that I wanted to be a teacher, I believe. I will never forget my first riding lesson, being put on a horse and looking down at my instructor, and it was from that moment that I knew that's what I wanted to do.
Was your instructor really close to you? Did he or she kind of help you?
Very close to me. I'm actually still very, very good friends with her, and actually I now teach her children, so very close with the family.
Why did you choose to come to William Woods?
I came to the school just due to the amount of variety. I believe the courses that they have, there's an excellent variety of courses within the equestrian program. More than anything, I really believe the variety of horses with the variety of people. The school has been around for a long time, and there's a wide variety of people coming from all over. On top of that, there's also a large variety of horses. It really interested me. So very few schools have the variety that we have, and I think it's amazing. Within the Western barn, yes, you're going to see your average quarter horse and paint horse, but then we got the Morgans and the Andalusians and national show horses, and there's a little bit of everything, so excellent variety within the school.
Did the variety of the 4 different seats help you with your Western riding?
Yes, it did. I actually grew up as a hunter jumper. Not everybody knows that about me. I actually was a hunter jumper for a good 12 years before switching to being a 3-day eventer and then switching to Western eventually. So that definitely had a big part in playing with it, but I knew long before I came here that Western was my main seat, and I really was impressed with some of the students that were coming out of the Western barn.
What is the most valuable thing you learned while at school here?
The most valuable thing I learned, I think it's just in managing time with the way the courses were laid out. You know, you had so much going on, such as being a keeper. I was also a project rider, double seating, going to the shows, that it was a lot of time management and while being a keeper, while showing, and just being able to keep on track of your time, I suppose.
While you were here, was there a particular horse that had like a really big impact on you?
The first horse that I started projecting was Ruger. When I got him, he was just a baby that knew very little, and I got him ready for a couple big shows. That he was the first one to influence me for sure.
What's your favorite part of your job?
My favorite part of my job, I get to do what I love. I get to teach, working with all the different riders. It's something I've always enjoyed doing. Teaching has always been my passion. It just really makes me excited when I can see those students have those light bulb moments, or to get them past a hard point, or just being able to relate with them. You know, I've been there too, just about everybody has, and just being able to relate with them and help them through their problems and get them to where they want to be, I think is huge.
What's the hardest part about your job?
The hardest part about my job, we have a lot of students in the Western riding program, and I think just really trying to make sure that everybody gets a fair chance riding several different types of horses. My main goal is I really want to see each kid be able to advance and work with a stock type horse and a pleasure type horse while they're here, and I think just kind of balancing out the ride list. You know, one week horses may pop up sore, and you got to change the ride list, and just being sure that everybody's on a horse that not only are they happy with, but that is making them a better rider, I think would be the biggest thing.
What's the hardest thing for you to teach your students?
The hardest thing to teach my students? I think it's the feel of riding. You can explain how you want a certain exercise done or something done, but teaching feel, that's something that just has to come with time. I can give as much as instruction and point of view on it as I can, but that's just something that comes from hours in the saddle, I believe.
Do you find it easier to teach beginners or more advanced riders?
I think there's ups and downs of both. I really like beginner riders, especially if they're a real clean slate that hasn't had any bad habits formed yet, but at the same time the advanced riders I think are really fun to work with to help them with more challenging horses or get them showing. That I definitely think there's pros to both.
What is your favorite kind of horse to teach on?
My favorite kind of horse to teach on? A safe horse, first and foremost, I suppose, but really one that's going to challenge a rider. It's hard to find a horse that is not only safe, but is also going to help that student progress. So finding something that is both safe and also going to have challenging spots at the same time to be able to help the kids learn from that.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Where do I see myself in 10 years? I see myself still in Missouri and hopefully still teaching here at William Woods.
If you had one piece of advice for future professionals in the horse industry, what would it be?
Future advice for professionals is to never stop learning. I think keeping current with what's going on, enrolling in more classes, going to different clinicians, different horse expos, and keep learning no matter how long you've been riding. You don't know everything and there's always more to learn.
Okay.